I finally got the parts car I've been waiting on, a 1969 Ford Torino Station Wagon. I basically paid about $70 for it and bartered some work. So you can see it's pretty rough. Small block 4-barrel, power brakes, AC. I made a deal with my buddy. I gave him basically like $70, and I already did some work on another car for him. Just like hours worth of work. Then I'm going to give him back this engine and transmission and the disc brake setup. And then I get to go ahead and keep the whole car for the body panels and everything else. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna go ahead and get it ready to start taking apart, but I gotta clean it up first, get it on wheels, power wash it. So I just gotta get the engine and trans out, all the brake stuff, and then I'll put on some drum brake stuff I have laying around, and then I can get it the whole chassis rolling again. And then it's just gonna get parked in the side yard as a parts car for the other wagon right there. Yeah, mostly the thing I needed was this quarter panel. So this quarter panel is actually in really good shape where mine was damaged. And then it has a dent right there, which mine doesn't have. But then my whole taillight was crushed in, so I'll be able to take a good chunk of this panel to be able to fix mine also. And then, you know, just backup parts if I want to use the roof rack. Got tons of backup glass. Could probably sell some of these parts too and make some money. All right, I got it all cleaned up and in the garage ready to take the engine and transmission out. I stripped all the interior. The floorboards are actually in pretty good shape. So that's a plus, I wasn't expecting that. And I might need floorboards for the other wagon. But this thing was one giant rat nest filled with cactus and crap and all types of stuff. Tried to turn it over by hand, it seems pretty seized. And also I found a piece of paper in the glove box from 1987 saying there was a compression check on it and one of the cylinders is dead. So I think that's actually pretty accurate because this car is like really original. Like it has a lot of the little things that you see get lost over the years. And so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing was parked in like, you know, the late 70s, early 80s. And, you know, or around that time when that paper was made, and it's just been sitting like pretty much untouched. What's cool too is it had an electric bench seat and it had an electric tailgate window, but the doors aren't electric. So I guess I learned something there. I thought that if you had an electric rear tailgate, I thought the doors would be electric too. And here's the trash can. You can see it's almost full to the top. This literally had nothing in it when I got started. And the carpet's in there too, but the carpet was just basically part of the rat's nest, so almost filled up a whole trash can. The seats I were in aren't in horrible shape. They're definitely good starting point. So yeah, the next step is just start ripping the engine out and brakes out. And then because he's getting the brakes, I got to take the disc brake spindles off and I'll throw some drum brakes on I have laying around. And then I can go roll this in the side yard. All right, I'm getting ready to take the engine out. I went ahead and pretty much removed everything that was on top of the engine. You know, I just cut all the hoses because they're bad, disconnected like all the electrical, you know what I mean? Took all the AC stuff off. I was gonna test the engine, but the engine's pretty seized and the carburetor's seized, like everything's seized in the engine. I have a feeling it was just sitting without the hood for probably like 10 or 15 years or something. I took the exhaust manifold off of this side because I'm trying to take the engine and transmission out at once, and so I needed to kind of slide forward. I think this side should be okay. It looks like there's clearance. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut the radiator support here just because it's messed up, and you know, I'm going to cut up the car anyways for parts, so it's like, what the hell, make it easy on myself. But yeah, I got the drive shaft. Disconnected the kick down, shifter. Basically everything should be good to go. Almost forgot the speedometer cable, but I seen it I remembered when I got the cross member out. So what I'm doing right now is, because after the motor's out, I still have to pull all the disc brake stuff. And you see I already got the master cylinder and booster out. But yeah, I have to pull the rest of the disc brake stuff, and I needed to find spindles I had to put drum brakes on it. Because when my buddy gets the disc brake stuff back, he wants the spindles that go with it. He says they're specific. So when we got the Torino, it had 2 mismatched spindles on it. So here's a bigger spindle and a regular size one. And I found all the bearings and everything around, so they're just in the parts wash right now. But yeah, I got to get this one separated. This is the old one from the wagon. Because we took the regular size, because the Torino had the big one. The Torino had the wrong size one, so we took one of the ones from the wagon and put on the Torino. So this is the other one that's left over. And you know, it's just going to be pushed around in the yard, so it's no big deal. But yeah, I got to prep these, make sure I have everything, and I know I can take it apart here in the garage. I want to go ahead and get it back together now with the drum brakes and rolling, so just I don't have to think about it in the future. The car will just stay rolling. But all right, there's the engine out. Got it out pretty decent, didn't make a huge mess. And then I got the disc brake off, and I got the drum brake on. I didn't put the actual backing plate with the brakes on, I just put the drum on the hub and bolted it on with the bearings, and it's good to go. So I did this side, now I just gotta do this side over here. All right, here's the original hood to the wagon. When I went ahead and made the deal for the station wagon, I was able to get another hood, another Mercury Montego hood. And basically, I only had the one steel hood, and I wanted to do a cowl induction hood. And I didn't want to destroy the only hood I have. So now that I have 2 hoods, I can keep one original and one cowl induction. And then I just got to decide which one I want to do that to. All right, here's the extra Montego hood I got. It's in pretty decent shape. It's not bad. So like I said, I just got to decide whether I want to turn this one into the cowl induction hood or make this one, leave this one original. I'm maybe leaning towards leaving this one original because the other one already has 2 hood pin holes in it. So, but the other one doesn't have as much rust as this one. And if you remember correctly, this is where I took apart the Crown Vic. So it was a mess over here last time, and I got everything cleaned up really good in anticipation of being able to bring over the station wagon. So this is pretty much where it's going to sit now. And I'm going to go ahead and board up the 2 windows that are broken. And then it's just going to get filled with other, you know, Fairlane, Torino, Montego parts. And this is just going to be a glorified parts car. I got to move it up a little bit more to make room for another car behind it. And then I'll go ahead and put it back on the rims that it came with the flat tires, just to sit it on. I might put it on some stands or something too. And then put these wheels back with the other wagon that's going to drive.